Hi folks, with the Bring Your Own Technology and the one-to-one initiatives going on throughout the world, I thought that it would be great to have a video on how to do video labs and what a video lab could look like. So here's an example of a video lab. It's easy to do. Take a look at this. I'm calling this lab the Pocopolis 500. I'm just going to go through all the steps of the lab and show you what a video lab could look like. That doesn't mean it has to be like this, but it could be something like this. I'm hoping that you make it even better. Lab starts with a purpose, and so I have just printed out here. It's really simple on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be. You could embed it into your video, but the purpose for this lab is which materials, when rubbed together, create the greatest static charge. And I'm going to say that as I look at the materials that I have here, I'm going to say that it is the, let's say, the aluminum, I'm just making this up, and the fur. All right? And so that's my hypothesis, that the aluminum and the fur will create the greatest static charge when rubbed together. Let's talk materials here. Okay? So the materials in this lab, and I don't have to write it out, I can just show you. We've got a plastic spoon, we've got some wood, some silk, fur, aluminum, plastic straw, we've got glass, and we've got lucite, ebonite, some polyester, cotton, and we've got some of these here, a little bit of confetti. This is just hole punch stuff. And here is the cotton and the aluminum. So we've already gone through the 3 steps of the lab. The 4th step is I'm going to talk about what I'm going to do, which is the procedure. The procedure here is that I'm going to take 2 items, I'm going to rub them together, and then I'm going to demonstrate a static charge. I'm not going to show you how I'm going to do that because that's my secret. The next step is to do my observations, and so usually 3 things that happen during the experiment I'd like to include. One of them is that I had to use some puff balls, which seemed to work better than my hole punches. Also, a second thing was that I realized that rubbing in one direction seemed to help create that charge, so I wanted to add that to my observations, and then maybe I added another thing to use, just giving some detail to my experiment, and then I would come and I'd show the results. So the results are here. I just made up these results, but it has a specific measuring system that I've used, and now I can say, all right, a certain, let's say the copper rod and the wool, because of my measuring system, that was the one that worked the best. And then going back to my conclusion, I have a purpose here. So I answer my conclusion, which materials when rubbed together create the greatest static charge? So I've just answered that question. Was my hypothesis correct? No, my hypothesis was not correct. And then questions for the future. What can I do with this information? There's many things that I could do knowing that I have an understanding of the static charge. So thank you very much for watching my video on the Pocopolis 500. Your video lab does not have to be long, but it does have to be detailed. See you next time.